Hi guys, Travis here with a third iteration on the deck using Eater of Virtue. Basically what's going on is we're at the end of Evergreen Month. We started this channel last year with Evergreen Month, going through and making a deck entirely around one of the Evergreen terms, like Death Touch for example, the keyword, and overloading a deck with all creatures that just dealt with that particular term. We started out this month doing the same thing. We're near the end of June, the end of Evergreen Month, where we're combining everything. So the last three decks, this is the third one, where we're going to have Eater of Virtue. Our goal basically is to take all these creatures that have all these keywords, get them killed after Eater of Virtue is attached to them, and then attach Eater of Virtue to a different creature and have them become a much more impressive creature to deal with. So this one's called Legendary Virtue because we went with all legendary creatures for the most part. So here's what we get. We didn't go entirely 100% legendary because we're using the colors red and black, and so there were a couple of good, white and black, and so we used a couple of white and black creatures that weren't legendary, but most of the rest of them are legendary. We also have legendary artifact, legendary enchantment, stuff like that. We also have one copy of Mirror Box where the legend rule doesn't apply to permanents. So we could conceivably get out two Eaters of Virtue and have to struggle over which card gets to gets to go under which equipment at any one particular time. But also each legendary creature we control gets +1/+1. The non-token creature we control gets +1/+1 for each other creature we control with the same name as that creature, which could come into play as we get these token spirits out and stuff like that. So going through the deck, I have, just so you know, I have actually gone and played all the matches first for a change, and I'm doing the intro after I'm done. So there's a card in here that I want to play with and experiment with and see if it improves the deck that I haven't played with the deck yet. This was the last thing I decided to add. All of the matches you see don't have Dockside Chef in them, but I was thinking I'd try it out later. So we have Valentin, Dean of the Vein with Menace and Lifelink, because previous testing has shown if you have two keywords, that really makes Eater of Virtue have much greater value if you can attach it to them and they die. We have Shyly, Dean of Radiance, who has Flying and Vigilance. A lot of times we try and wait for Dean of Shadow in most other decks. In this case, we're mostly interested in getting the Flying and Vigilance, unless we know we're going after 1/1 Swarm decks, in which case we might hold out for Embrose just to do some creature removal. Killian, legendary with Lifelink and Menace. Triumphant Adventurer. Now he's not legendary, but he's a dual color white-black with Death Touch. So Death Touch is good enough to include. Two removals for Vanishing Verse. One Meathook Massacre is my one board wipe. Nadar, Selfless Paladin, legendary with Vigilance. Redain, Flying and Vigilance. Search for Glory, so we can search for a legendary card, snow permanent, or saga card. This is why we have snow cards, snow lands. We have Adeline, legendary with Vigilance. Sigrid, legendary with Flash, First Strike, Protection from God creatures. I actually want to play this deck a lot more and try and get her out and have her killed. No offense, I like her, but over on Eater of Virtue, it talks about protection. And protection is something that Wizards has been steering away from for the most part for a lot of cards. You still see it a little bit with white, maybe a couple other places, but it's kind of rare right now. So I want to see if specifically protection from God creatures works if she's exiled under Eater of Virtue. If that's too specific or if it counts, because Flash doesn't count. Vergoth, legendary with Death Touch. Markov Purifier. Now he's not legendary, but he's a dual color white-black creature with lifelink, so that he's in. Same thing with Shadewing Laureate, just a regular creature, but has flying. Quixote is legendary with Flying and Flash. Icing Death, legendary with Flying and Vigilance. Wandering Emperor, and he's got Flash. This is sort of here for creature removal because I don't have a ton of it. You know, usually you need to have at least 8, more like 12 kinds of removal, just to be on the safe side, and she makes sort of like my number 8. Spiteful Squad, Death Touch. Elspeth Resplendent. I've got one copy. I'm going to use her because everybody who has her uses her right now, so I want to get in on the fun. Targrid, who has Menace, although we might be forced to use the Lantern to win sometimes. Here's my other 4 removal spells. Closing Statement. We have now. If you want to count technically, maybe this will be 9, 10, and 11 for removal because she does have the ability to exile target non-land permanent. Kaya does, and yeah, we use that a lot, right? Naomi, Pillar of Order, legendary, does not have a keyword. So I think the only legendary that doesn't have a keyword, but I wanted to use her because I don't use her that often. She's in there just for fun. Shield Mage, not legendary, but has flying. The ward doesn't count. But who cares? Shadrick Silverquill, legendary dragon. He has flying and double strike, so I can't wait to have him die and put that on Eater of Virtue. We have Firja, Judge of Valor, flying and lifelink, and Liesa, flying and lifelink. So we have a lot of creatures. We have, let's see how many we have. Average 3.5 mana cost, so it's kind of a more expensive deck than the ones I usually use. More creatures than I usually do. I usually like 11, 12 to 16 creatures. This has 21. And what did I do for lands? Just 24, I think? Yeah, 24 lands. Alright, now the other trick that I added in, I got a couple of man lands for a change. Cave of the Frost Dragon, Hive of the Itarian. I don't expect those to come in that much, but I've got one Field of Ruin in case I come across those. And 4 Tyrite Sanctum, so I can tap any legendary and make them, well, tap the Tyrite Sanctum land rather, make any target legendary creature or a god and give them a +1/+1. And if I want to make one indestructible, then I can sacrifice Tyrite Sanctum and put an indestructible counter on it. If they still manage to somehow remove that from the game, or remove it from the battlefield rather, and I have Eater of Virtue attached to it, the indestructible is not going to be coming along with it because that's just a counter. So I found that out. Alright, that's the deck. Remember to like and subscribe. Let's take it out for a spin. I'll show you all the matches. Here we go. We don't have any white mana. That could be a problem. That's better. Well, that was fun while it lasted. Yeah, I guess we'll take the extra land. We need to get up to 5 so we can cast these other things. Treasure token! Takes the damage because he's expecting to be able to increase Voice of the Blessed a lot more. There he goes already. Okay, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna kill that guy. And then target creature gets -4. That sounds fair. And then flying and double strike. Kill another one. Okay, I need the +1s, and you can draw a card and lose a life. That seems fair. Hey, I still get to draw a card. How about that? You gonna take it? He didn't block anything. What in the world? Well, we didn't get to use Eater of Virtue, but that was a good start. All right. How do we want to start this off? I guess if you have a one-turn play, you should do it. I just hope I get some white mana soon. I need 2 white and 2 black to do everything that I want to do. And I need 5 total. Aha! Ask and you shall receive. Alright. Whenever another creature you control with flying dies, I get to add a counter to somebody. And yet another white life gain deck. It might be the white-green life gain deck. Let's go ahead and try the Spiteful Squad. Are they doing mono white? Okay. What do we want to do? How about this? You can draw a card and lose a life. We get +1s everywhere. Attack! They can double block Valentin if they want to kill him. But they're going to take 12 other points of damage. They don't have any flyers out yet. They're taking 9 no matter what. Okay, where do I want? I want those to go on here. Oh yeah. Felidor's Retreat is not the best card to have in this case. You can't do anything to him for 1 mana. What are you reading him for? +1 and draw a card. You get to draw the card. We get the +1s. You're dead no matter what. That's 2 wins in a row, but without Eater of Virtue, which is, well, you know, I did decide to make this out of legendary cards, so legendary cards are tough. Sometimes they just win the game on their own. Oh, 3 lands for a change. Alright. 3 lands and 2 Kayas. All I need is a mailbox. This could be a little early because they usually have some dragon spells that do damage. Teleportation circle. Ah. Interesting. Let's draw a card. I don't mind if you kill him now. Oh, wow. It's going to exile him, so he's a blocker, right? He won't be tapped. And we're all okay with that because I guess we'll take the dark mana. We have 3 Kais now.
Time to focus. I got a job to do. That was an easy job.
Get a 6/6 dragon out on turn 5, will ya? How many more of those does he have? The good news is if he has another one immediately, well, he has a white dragon. Didn't really need to do that. You can't really tap him more than twice. Let's go ahead and put a token on him.
Well, you're not
Go to the end of our turn. I shouldn't have done the auto pass. I should have waited for that. Oh well. I'll let them do their little scry. Hello. Wait a minute, you just quit. I don't understand. Did you know what I had? How could you know what I had? I mean, I had you beat. I'm pretty sure I can exile target non-land permanents for days. And maybe this one doesn't tap, but this one would if you attacked, and I would have got it with Wandering Emperor. And I had 2 other removals handy. I had a lot of removal handy up front. But he must have not liked what he was left in his hand. Okay, well, at least we got Eater of Virtue out. Uh-oh, I'm going up against the Legend with my Legendary deck. Let's see how the Legend fares against Legendary Virtue. Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. Very common. I don't have the right mana for that, sorry. Let's go ahead and do the Purifier. You usually don't see them discarding up front this fast. Which I would like to get my hands on a couple of these and make a Reanimator deck with black. And I think I would love to be discarding some big creatures to bring them back later. Ooh, Angel Fire Ignition. Good card. Very, very good card. going to use... No, another Fable already. Wow. No blocks. What did you get rid of? A Maria's Call and a Plains. Well, you almost could have cast a Maria's Call. What do we want to do? Alright, I guess we'll exile you. We'll attack with you two. And we'll pay to draw a card. I really need one more land. They like all the cards they have. Exile all creatures and graveyards. That is normally not good for me. Let's not give you anything then. Take that. I'm going to be irritated if I have to waste my search. Oh, thank you. I was going to say, I don't want to waste my search for another land. What did we get rid of? Velomachus Lorehold and Invoke Justice. Ouch. It seems like he's got bigger, badder stuff he can do to us later, doesn't it? He could have discarded that land, got it for free, placed 2 lands down. He's got 7 mana down, Invoke Justice, return target permanent, gets 4 counters on him. Is able to kill my creature. Ouch. It has yet another fabled enchantment. Wow. Alright. Well, I guess we don't have much of a choice, do we?
When you can walk through walls, anything looks easy. And stay gone.
You're getting lots of land. Land and treasures.
So, this is gonna be one of those jobs.
Alright, I need a +1. You can draw a card and lose life. Why are you looking at my mirror box? Another Velomachus Lorehold. I guess we have to go gain a life, don't we? Let's see, that would give you 10 points. No, unfortunately, I can't attack. And he has the third one. The third copy of Invoke Justice. Top 24 cards. And another Velomachus Lurhold. It's the same one I already killed, right? Yeah. That's a lot of mana. He doesn't have trample, at least. Now he has trample and indestructible. That's a good win. Nice. Wasn't gonna be nothing I could do about that. Oh, that's nice though. Okay, I don't have that many Invoke Justices yet. And I don't think I have that many Velomachus Lurholds either. That's a lot of rare cards. We go first. We go first. We go first. Let's go ahead and see what's coming up next. We scry, search for glory. Yeah, we'll take it. It's nice to have options. And this guy knows what he's doing. Treasure token. Split himself, right? So he's going to draw 2 cards to lose 2 life. He's all tapped out. Okay. He's got to ditch something. A lot of cards there. He got rid of Ranger class. Why would you get rid of Ranger class? You could cast that. Okay, what are we going to do? I'm going to do this. Why? Because it makes him draw a card. +1 counter on ours. Oh, and he just quits. I was thinking of going to search for the Eater of Virtue so we could stick it on Triumphant Adventurer. I don't think he gets to keep the first strike if you kill him while he's got the first strike active, but that would be an interesting test to try and rule out. You know, these guys are scooping too fast. I may have to go to Sparky just to, you know, show a little bit more of the deck. Alright, we're actually going up against Sparky because everybody else keeps quitting too quickly.
I love a good challenge.
I've done these decks previously with the card Eater of Virtue. I've done 2 previous versions this month. So if you're not completely brand new, you might have had a chance to see those already. But this one I combined with all legendary creatures. And I want to pair the legendary artifact with the legendary creature and see how everything went. Let's just gain a life. I think this is going to work out well with having him around for a while, so we can take the long one. Oh, nice. A swamp. Yeah, you know, we need lands right now, actually. Oh, that's a good one. How do I kill my own guy? I didn't include that spell in this particular deck this time. So let's do Flyer. Should probably hold that for next turn, but great, the one I want to kill is the one that I have to make indestructible. Not sure if that was the best play. You can always exile this with Kaya later. Don't think I'll need to use Field of Rune here. Let's bring Vargoth back out. It's a visible card, right? We're just on defense right now, easily because they have so many creatures. I think they have more than 24 lands in this deck. There's a Kaya. Okay, so let's go ahead and put Kaya down. We will put a Ghost Form counter on Vargoth. And that means Vargoth can go ahead and attack. We don't care if anybody kills him or not. Between the Waternauts and Unsummons, it's not necessarily the worst deck in the world. Okay, bring you back down. Put a Ghost Form on you, I guess.
Well, you're not lacking for spirit.
You can also bring down Markov. And we attack. But what I really want to do is go find Eater of Virtues and try and find some way to have something die. Okay.
Every job is an
Flying,
opportunity to
First
learn
Strike,
more about this
Lifelink,
city.
or Vengeance. Vigilance, sorry. Let's do it on here. They've got flying already. I really need a way to kill my own creatures. Why is my computer freezing right now? Okay, so could I choose flying again? I could. I didn't really mean to, but whatever. Okay, let's give you... No, we don't want to give you a Ghost Form counter. We'll give you a Ghost Form counter. The reason why is...
Trust me.
Although that's something worth testing. There was a trick with one of the cards that I did last year, where if you exiled it, it was supposed to do something, and it wouldn't do something because it would return to your hand because of the Ghost Form counter. So it kind of short-circuited one effect of the card. And so what I'm worried is
I hope I win.
if Soul of Kamigawa
But
dies,
I hope you win too.
it's not going to go, if it has go for encounter, it's not going to get caught under Eater of Virtue. Okay, but let's see if we can get to that point and test that.
You started this fight.
I know there's a hero inside
Okay,
you.
we'll give you Vigilance. And we'll just give you something.
Strike fast and strike hard.
And you get an emblem.
I do what it
Now we're done.
takes to finish the job.
Can blue kill this creature even? I don't want to cast him right now, though. Might as well.
Let's do this together.
Lifelink.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Don't worry. I got you.
Thank you, Eater of Virtue. Okay. So I need to do something. Let's see. What creature is best to do it on? Okay, let's do Markov Purifier. Okay, he's got the Ghost Form counter. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to give him
Show
Vigilance.
him what you got.
Okay, so he's got Vigilance and Lifelink. He's got 4 points. You don't have enough to kill him yet. Shoot. Okay, so we're just wasting away life counters here, or Ghost Form counters. Doesn't matter.
Well, you're not lacking for spirit.
We've got the edge in this fight.
Yeah, we don't need to bother with that. Okay, Tyrite. I don't want to make you indestructible. He's not legendary anyway, so I don't need to worry about that. What's left to
This
put on
is
you?
your fight.
First strike.
Win it.
I have got new moves to teach you.
You'll be fine. Trust me.
Okay, there we go. Now you've got enough. Okay, let's look at the top 7 cards of my library.
You're safe now.
Mirror Box. Mirror Box has a shield counter, so it'll be protected from a destroy thing. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, so now... Blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're going to do it. We're going to attack with you. Please block and kill him. I didn't give him first strike. Okay, that works out perfect. When this creature dies or is put into exile, what if we do this first? Prioritize Eater Virtue. Bingo. We got it. So we just need to... So that's an important thing to know. When you go here into the menu, when you go into the gameplay, you need to make sure the auto-order triggered abilities box is unchecked, because otherwise you're not going to be able to change that. I don't want to concede. I just want to go back to the game. Alright. So we'll throw another counter on you just to have fun.
We've
Throw a
got
counter
the
on
edge in this
to
fight.
you to have fun.
Here, let me help.
Okay. End the turn. Oh, wait. Okay, next. Let's put this onto you. You've got enough to kill him, right? Okay, he's got lifelink and death touch. So the vigilance marker didn't stay. So whatever planeswalkers do to you, those counters, they don't stay. It's just absolutely, positively, for Eater of Virtue, you can only do the text that's on the card that ends up there. Nothing temporary.
Hey, I can see your hand.
Shh, be quiet, Sparky. Okay, so if I go to combat, and I attack with you, he's got coast counters on him. Okay. What if I split him up like that? When he dies, he returns to owner's hand. Okay, so because we interrupted, even though it had one of those at the tail end, because we prioritized putting him up into my hand, he didn't get captured by Eater of Virtue. This one fizzled in the middle, and the last one took effect. Very interesting. What else we got in here?
I've made plenty of connections.
Nidar, I guess?
I have got new moves to teach you.
Alright, I think we've done all that we need to test with that. Yeah, we can kill you. Oops. Pass to blockers. Let's kill you. Let's kill you. Let's kill you. Oh.
Aww.
Be brave.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
All right. What do we want to give this to? Somebody who doesn't already have lifelink? There you have it. Mirror box with the shield counter on him. Who cares? Killed him with the first strike. Alright, that's the deck. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to do one more example. Maybe I'll post it tomorrow with Sparky, just so you can see how it all works together when we can actually kill a creature with Eater Virtue, get their abilities on it. I also wanted to test certain things because I've got some planeswalkers that add counters. Do the counters work? I don't think so, but I want to rule it out. Just do a quick scientific experiment. If I'm right, only the evergreen term, the keyword that's actually on the card, is ever going to count with that. So if you give it a lifelink counter, it's not going to stay once the creature is dead and exiled and removed. So, but we want to rule out, so we're going to check on it. But in the meantime, everybody keeps scooping way too quickly before I can even get to Eater of the Virtue, because, you know, as soon as it's equipped, they quit. And I don't know if it's been done to them before or what, but it's getting tough to be able to show you guys stuff without everybody quitting on me way too quickly. Or, you know, I get beat and I don't get to show you what I'm trying to show you. So the only other thing that I'm thinking of doing is adding one more card and trying to figure out which one it should be, because if I go up against a lot of blue and I get immobilized, I need a way to kill my creature. And I don't, like, Vanishing Verse isn't going to work. That's an exile. And I hate the idea of having to use, one of my 4 removal cards on my own creature. But we could do something like Ecstatic Awakener, to sacrifice a creature to get a 4/4. Maybe Dockside Chef. I've used Village Rites previously in the other 2 iterations of the deck before I went to all Legendary. The other thing I was thinking of was Skullport Merchant as a 1/4. But what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to throw Dockside Chef in there and just play around with that. And maybe when we get around to having some more, having some spare time where we can bring out some old decks and do some reruns, we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to keep experimenting with it. But in the meantime, that's the deck. We had a lot of wins. I find this deck to be a lot of fun. I have another Kaya deck that has 3 Kayas in it that has a lot of similar creatures. And I just threw the mirror box in there recently too. But I don't know that I've posted those yet. I think I've got them made, but I've been holding on to them because Evergreen Month got here sooner before I could manage to post them. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys think of the deck. And in the meantime, like and subscribe. And that, I think, is going to be one of the last ones we do for Evergreen Month for June with all the keywords, because this one had about as many keywords as we could pack into it. So instead of just concentrating on one, these last 3 decks with Eater of Virtue have managed to take almost all of the Evergreen keywords that Wizards of the Coast created and just make them all available to you to see and to play around with. So I hope you're enjoying watching them. Let me know, leave a comment, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks. Have a good one.